Hello everybody and welcome back to Benjamin Magnus Plays Europa Universalis 4. Last episode was a bit of a lengthy one with a bit of a pause for me in the middle of it. We conquered the coastline of Mogadishu. We transferred one of our merchants up to the Gulf of Aden and started transferring our trade power down, which is actually proving pretty beneficial in terms of our economy. We're coring everything. We're going to have to watch for rebels up here, but we do have our military on standby at the moment, so hopefully it won't be too big of a problem, although there's a lot of angry people over here. Let's see. Boosting our stability, the cost, that would be really expensive to do. Might just let it hit, although last time that was a bit of a problem for me. We declared war on a primitive, these guys right here. We're going to take this province, and we're going to use it as a base to expand a trade empire into South America. I'm hoping that these cores will finish, and this will go away. If I'm lucky. Hopefully it doesn't go up to 90%, which it just did. Hopefully it doesn't go up to 100%, which it might. We'll see what happens. Nope, didn't hit. Oh, there it is. Alright. They've got 27,000 men. Well, let's head in and see what happens. They outnumber us by 7,000, but we should... I mean, their morale should be garbage. Yeah, and their military tactics are low, so we should be fine. All that finished up. Recall. Looks like we lost 8,000 men, but we're going to win the battle. Yeah, there we go. Lost a lot of men in that, but, I mean, don't have to dick around with the autonomy. Oh. Boo. Lose a stability point because screw you. Alrighty. We should be able to take these guys out with no problem. Even though they outnumber us 2-1. Yep, no problem at all. Hopefully, these guys don't get destroyed. I mean, they shouldn't. They're in the coastal waters now. And we'll just sit here, siege it down. That'll end the war. We'll take the province. That'll be that. Coring's almost finished. Good. Rival of our rival. Who's the rival? Morocco's opinion of Sakalavan. We could work on that. Morocco. They could be potentially a good ally. France destroyed Castile. Wow. That's a rival right there. Ethiopia hates us. And we were going to work on Warsangli. Russia exists. Japan exists. Korea's pretty big. The Ming exploded, like they usually do. Tibet's huge. Vijayanagar is pretty big in India. North America is pretty calm, though. Except for, apparently, England took all of the Bahamas, basically. All the Caribbean belongs to them. No, I don't want... I want everything. So we're just gonna speed through this nice and quick-like. Thankfully, they're... Oh, all of our ships are indeed going to be destroyed. That's unfortunate. They were just transports, though. I honestly didn't think they would take that much. I'd be able to take that before the attrition got them in the coastal areas, but guess not. Bigger army. Raise taxes. Okay, so Limpopo. Let's whip this open. We're going to sort by name. I'm going to go to Limpopo. Right now, it's saying the best thing for me would be to increase its tax modifier. Right there. Alright, triangle trade. Started to colonize North and South America. Seeded large plantations for the production of cotton, tobacco, and sugar. First, they tried to use the local population as slaves, but they quickly died out. that was tried. Slaves were imported from Africa, which created a triangular trade system. Europe sold textiles, rum, and manufactured goods to Africa. Africa sold slaves to America. America sold cotton, sugar, and tobacco back to Europe. All right, so we are going to take this for ourselves, Rio de Janeiro. Yeah, let's see. Let's have them give me all your money too. All right. And I guess this will just be a standing military over here for now. It'll just have to be a standing military over on this side of the planet. Now, I don't think I can tell this to go to the... Can only add provinces. Okay, that's Holy Roman Return provinces. Okay, so if I form a colonies, then I can start doing the thing where you give them to the trade company, which is kind of what I want to do over here. And those are just rebels. Don't have to really worry about that too much. Oh, there's a cat on the desk hitting the microphone. Sorry about that. So let's send him over. We can just... I guess we could just split it in half and do it something like that. So Brazil is going to be Sakalavan. Getting settled by the... Oh! It's getting settled by the East Africans. Alright, we might need to send these guys back over. So that we don't get stack wiped. They just have a lot of men there. Don't die. Don't die. Alright, we won. Alright, so we lost most of our men. 2/3 of them. Alright, I want that merchant. Alright, so let's see what we can work with here. So, we're in Brazil. And that gets transferred over... That gets transferred over to the Ivory Coast. Everything goes from the Ivory Coast on, though. Which means we would need trade power over here. We need to collect over there. We have people... So we have people over here transferring down. We have people over here collecting. It's getting auto-collected there. I'm thinking... So we have no... We don't have any trade power over here, right? No, we have some. Must be in current... Okay, that's out of my range. Current range is 657. Current range... Oh, okay, max range is 260. That's way too far out. But, Gao... I think that's how that's pronounced. No, that's out of range too. Oh wow, our current range is really bad. I didn't think it was that bad. So what else are we looking at? We can't make it over here. Got that, we got that. Got that. Can we get over here? No. Huh. Okay, our maximum range is a lot lower than I expected it to be. So that leaves us with... That leaves us with transferring trade power here. Alright, so this is getting transferred down now. Into Zanzibar. Okay. I'll work with that. Again, we could take the military tech level now. So let's take that. Chambered demi cannon and training fields available. So that means we're going to increase our... or change up our... cannons here. So chambered demi cannons. Alright, and he's on his... We'll arrive in that many... Okay, so he's on his way. We can take these guys, have them hang out here. There shouldn't be any rebels over here. Shouldn't have to deal with that. We will have to convert all these places. I have a free missionary. Is he just not capable of converting any of these lands? No. No, he's not. Not at all. Not in the slightest bit. Okay. So now, when this starts up, I can immediately designate it to be part of my colonial charter. Or trade charter, or trade union thingy. I believe. So, no, I can't. The whole thing was over here before. I guess we could just, let's put them in the middle. And we'll have 2 working over here. And we'll see what's going on. I think you need 5 for it to be a colonial nation. And then they'll be on their own over there. So, does this only work in your trading company? Does that only work in your, like, home area? Possibly? I don't like that there's a bunch outgoing here. It needs to stay here. Who's pushing it out? So, is it time? Maybe it's time for more light ships. Let's take a look at our limit here. 65. So we can build ships out the wazoo. We could also build some shipyards if we wanted to, I think. Let's see. So I'm trying to wrestle the cat in my lap. He wants to be everywhere but in my lap right now. He wants to be on the microphone is where he wants to be. Alright, so we would want to go... So Army... No. It would be Navy. Force limit and local shipbuilding time. That one seems pretty useless to me. So we could build a couple of these if we wanted to. Just like build up the coastline here. And wait for those to build, and then that'll give us time to accrue some money. Looks like we don't have any rebels to really worry about. Coring Rio de Janeiro. Pretty good, pretty good. So we're gonna work on this one. Sao Tome and Santo Amaro. What do we got up here? Ooh. Production efficiency. I'll take it. So we're gonna build things 5% more of things, basically. And we are on par, except for... Oh my god. Okay, cat. Okay, cat. Sorry. 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 Cat. He decided that he was going to occupy the exact same space as the microphone. Sorry about that. Development, efficiency, administration, efficiency, number of states. So I can make more states right now if I want to. So, like, this is not a state. This is a territory. We could make this a state. And we can start coring this stuff. Okay, that'll be good. I mean, we have plenty of room to expand the states. I don't really see a point in having all this stuff as states instead of territories. Or territories instead of states, I mean. Wait, who's not happy? Merchants, the clergy. National tax modifier. Increase taxes in our home area, basically, by giving them more land. Why don't we give the merchant guild some more land too? The government, well, I don't think I can't give them out anymore. It doesn't look like. The Cape? So the merchants? That'll increase its trade power by a lot, I think. Colonize South Vincent. Naval race versus Portugal. Have a fleet equal or larger to Portugal. That's easy. 26 is not that big. I mean, I'm almost there as it is. I was just waiting for those buildings, those shipyards to finish, and then I was going to start building some ships. So we've got Sakalavan, Rio de Janeiro, or whatever it is. 30 regiments rise up. Alright, we'll take that for the tax modifier for 20 years. And we'll take the admin. These should increase relatively quickly. So I thought we would be able to do the thingy over here, but I guess not. Rebel Uprising. Alright, that's over here. So that's somewhere over here, isn't it? That's this one. It's the only one that's causing problems. So what are they pissy about? Overextension, religious unity, non-accepted culture, and separatism. So we'll just sit on it. Oh no. Oh no, you were not very old. Why are you dead? I'm a 161. You know what? We have absolutely no transports at the moment, don't we? Which means we need to spend all of our... Well, let's do this. Let's take a loan. Let's go here, and we can build some brigs for 12 gold, and it would take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 sounds good. So we're gonna have to wait for ships to build before we could do jack shit about this. Did not anticipate that. Forgot that all my transports were destroyed due to, what's it called? What was the word I'm looking for? Attrition? Naval attrition? Mogadishu, core it up. That'll make more Mogadishu more useful to me. These guys are all dying off, but right now I kind of need the money. Alright, so we'll take those rebels out, nice and quick like. Building some ships, it's going to take, you know, the better part of a year to take care of that, which is unfortunate. Should actually, well, actually right now we should actually have them sit on this place. I can't afford rebels to rise up here right now, so we're going to increase the autonomy here so we don't have to worry about it. We're going to move these guys down here so that as soon as the... How many were there? 9? That's not bad. Military leader is dead. Was that the really good one? Yep. I think it was. Mm-hmm. Never got to use him once. Alright, so we're going to wait for those ships to build, and then we're going to need to transport our army over. Alright, loans, unrest. It's only a little bit. We have 10 states and 2 territories. That's a problem. That's a big problem over there. Morale of navies. Okay. That was the mission to increase the size of our navy in relation to Portugal. Alright, so we're going to take these guys. We're going to move them all here. We're going to start transporting these guys over. So we got to take care of those pretenders. Not something I anticipated having to deal with. Pretenders. And then what we could do is say, go like this. Get over there ASAP. And that'll make separatism there for a while. I'll have to deal with it. All right, when we got 14,000 men, then we can march on their 9,000. There we go. So, march down here. Low on cavalry, but we should be able to take them out still. They're just rebels. Good. Oh, they didn't stack wipe. That's interesting. Woo, 101. But we don't have anybody that increases... Oh, we got a missionary strength right there. 33, much more like it. 12,000 to 3,000. That should be the end of that. Nope. Chase their asses down. There we go. Okay, enough of that. All these new ships. Gonna sit over here. And trade range 25%. That's a lot further. But we're kind of behind on tech right now. And it's causing corruption, which is... Alright, so we're gonna do that. That, I mean, I think that'll still cause... No, we're okay. 9, I thought there was 10. Guess there's 9. Nope, there's 1. Alright, good. Merge those guys together. We got 10 transports now. Let's actually start building up our fleet of light ships. Build another run of those right there. Missionary in Rio de Janeiro. Ships are being built. Colonies are going. I'm pretty sure we only need 5 over here for this to turn into a colonial nation. So we got sugar being produced here. We don't know what's coming up here. I think it needs to get a little bit bigger. Is it 400? When it... No, it's got to be more than that. Border tensions. That was something... Who is that? Oh! Border tensions with the Portuguese. Have they been increasing? They have not been increasing the development down here. Not at all. And over here we got cocoa. Which is worth 4. Nice. Alright, so let's take care of some of these. Boom, boom. Almost done with the coring over in our new state. What's left of Mogadishu. It's year 1600 now. I just realized. I just went over to check the date, and I was like, oh, we made it back. We made it past 1600. Just barely. Encroachment of the nobility. Alright, that's fine. And we have rebels over here, or natives, I mean. No big deal. French Brazil is getting pretty big. And South Africa is not worth nearly as much as I anticipated it being worth. I thought this was going to be a super prosperous area. It's really not. Maybe it's because I haven't been putting a lot into the, you know, development of the production down there, but... Let's see. Force limit. Oh, all right. We could keep going on this. Super heavy. We can... Move to Tonga. Late ships. There we go. Let's do another run of those. I kind of want to... As much as the points are... I do have a little bit of money now. We can do trade efficiency, easy. Yeah, let's just grab him. He's cheap. Get that PowerPoint coming. Oof. So low. 4, 4, 11. That's rough. Castile's definitely got a lot going on down here. But I don't think they got a lot going on up here. No. France keeps gobbling Castile up. So is Morocco. Lithuania is huge. Russia's massive. Russia gobbled up Novgorod, took parts of Sweden. Kiev exists as a separate nation for some reason. Ottomans are Ottomans. Hungary is Hungary. Not much else has changed. England's gobbling up Scotland. They got all of Ireland. Lubeck got pushed out of Lubeck, interestingly enough. Brandenburg took Lubeck, and Lubeck went up into Denmark. Alright, gonna core that up. Now, all of these Sunni areas are going to become problematic, I think, because it's going to be hard. Let's see. Sunni non-accepted culture, development. So I would need more stability, really. I think more stability is what would get me power up there. All right, so we got 14 new light ships to deal with right here. Let's get those guys working. So let's merge them together. Let's send them on a mission to protect trade. Let's see, where would they be most useful? Not much there. A little bit there. Huge amount off in the Gulf of Aden. So setting them up here is going to get me a lot of trade power. Gonna mean a lot more is being pushed down, which means a lot more is gonna get collected in my capital. I'm up to 42%, so I'm the biggest holder of trade power in the Gulf of Aden right now. Let's repay that loan, so it's not bugging me. Oh! Shit. Wrong button, wasn't it? Whoops. Let's immediately just get rid of that. My bad. I didn't want that on there. We can save ourselves a little bit of money by dragging this down a bit. And how these colonies doing? Pretty good. They're both about 70, 80% done. 72%. And this one is 60%, 61%. Doing better. Definitely doing a little bit better. I wish that we were doing even better than we are, of course. Like the Zambezi trade node, it's not worth a lot, is the thing. We don't have a lot of power here either. It's these guys right here. Lack of protection. Gain one mercantilism for 25 diplo power. Super worth it. Completely worth it. All right, the next one up here in tech is going to get me global settler increase, colonial range, naval maintenance up, early frigates, and galleons. That's big. Convert the heretics in Rio de Janeiro. They're a fetish now. It's a territory. We can make Rio de Janeiro a freaking state if we wanted to. Let's do it. Let's make it a state. And core it. I think that maxes out my state potential, though. Where is it? Is it on here? Nope. Number of states from technology. I gotta have 21 states. I've got like 11. Everything can be a state. I don't really see me ever getting to the point where, you know, I'm going to need to take territories over states. All right, we might want to go to war up here again, take more of these lands. So let's build a spy network here. Let's improve relations with Ethiopia. Whoa! They must have rivaled me. Oh, well, no big deal. What I do want is, again, more ships. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There we go. Get those light ships going. We're gonna have huge amounts of light ships to work with. All right, we're going to end this episode right here. If you have enjoyed it, just drop me a like, leave me those comments right down below. And if you're interested in more Benjamin Magnus plays Europa Universalis 4, just subscribe to this channel, and I will see you guys next time.